Hi guys, Thomas and Friends 47 here, and today we're taking a look at a very special set. This is the Thomas and Friends Trackmaster Thomas and Action Canyon from 2009. Check out how many pieces come with this set. There's just so much here. I'm so excited to get into it. Now, the first thing that you notice here, we're going to look at the instructions, and I was excited that this came with the original instructions here. They've seen better days, but that's okay. The set's in good condition, so I'm happy with that. And you can see there are a lot of different steps here to building this set. But we're going to go over in detail how to put this set together in just a few minutes. There we are, very cool, and it's a lot of nostalgia to see these instructions here with all the old branding and everything. It's pretty cool. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to locate the bridge section right here, and they all have letters right there on them, so you know which piece is which. And we're going to take and put the waterfall piece inside that bridge piece there, or excuse me, mountain piece, and then we're going to put the ramp together like this. Be careful, because over time that hinge does get a little bit fragile. We'll pop it in there, and now we're going to lay this piece on top, and there's a lot of different pins to put in there, so make sure to just, take it slow and gently and just press it down all together. Alright, once you're done, it should look like this. Next, we're going to take and put the wood supports here on the wooden platform. Very nice. It's easy to mix those up too. I had to take a double look at the instructions. Then we're going to pop it into place. Make sure that the track connects there on that piece. Next, we're going to find this little adapter piece. Make sure that it's facing the right way with the track end out. And then this special adapter piece here, a bracket piece that's going to be for the switch. We're going to put it here with the wood platform with the pins. And then you'll see this special switch piece here. Make sure that it's closed when you go to snap it into place there. And then here is the bridge platform piece. And we're going to build the bridge. So you can see that you just take these, line up the pins, and then slot it forward. It's easy for this piece with little brown tabs not to line up. So make sure to push them down, make sure they line up into that groove. We'll do the same on the other side. Perfect. Now we're going to line it into the mountain. You can see we can line it up right there. We'll put it down in the down position, and then we're going to raise the bridge up. Now the instructions say to leave it down. Honestly, it's easier to raise it up. On the other side, we're going to pop this in, and done. Very nicely done. Alright, now we're just going to put the bridges on top of the piece here. And they just slot in like that. Mine was missing a pin there. That should have a pin that goes down inside. Alright, next, the girders. So we have 3 of these in total. This is the smallest one. You're just going to push it down into the groove. I made the mistake here on the first one and pushed it in a little bit too much. There's a notch there that stops it from going in all the way. Make sure to line it up to there. And it's just friction. There's not any slots or anything. The Trackmaster version later had a tab, I believe, that locked into it. Alright, now we're going to finish building the train layout here. We're going to start by adding these hill slope pieces on the back of the mountain there. And then we're going to attach those to the first largest girder. We're then going to repeat the process with the second size girder by connecting the track here to the large girder, and then bringing in the medium girder. Alright, lastly we're going to line up the small girder and attach the pieces. Make sure that the notches on the track fit into the sides of the grooves on the adapters, like shown here. Alright, lastly we're going to put this hill piece there, and then we're going to add the track on the ground level, so adding the half straight, and then 3 full-size straights there. After we line that up, we're going to take and put the curve right here. And then starting here, we're going to add the valley track. It has this notch there, and that notch is what connects into the mountain. So just lift that up and then press down. And then we're going to add the valley curves next. And there, we are done assembling layout. Alright, but let's take a look at these elements separately before we get into the full layout video here. Starting with the mountain, there are so many wonderful details here. Starting with the bridge, look how incredible this looks. From the start of the bridge there to the broken bits, to the girders down below. There's so much molded in detail too. Look at this molded detail on the side. From the wood beams to the rock detail to the little lanterns, the tools, the wheels there. I mean, it's just so cool to see so much detail on this model. Even the water details there look very nice. And it's neat to go to like ground level and look inside of these little compartments. Here's the front of the model, and we can see it looks absolutely spectacular. Look at this, it just looks amazing. I'm still in awe of this piece. Alright, here's the other side, which is basically the same, but that's okay. Here's the other side of the bridge, and we'll notice that little piece there, little button, that's what launches the bridge downwards. You can see again, great molded in detail on the mountains, very nice. Again, great water details, just a little crate detail there. And then there's that button, and there's the bridge collapsing. Very neat. Alright, here's the bottom platform there with the little wooden details. Again, just so many great details here. It's incredible. Here's a look at the other side there. Here's a look at the back, and again, it just looks so massive, and it's so cool to take and get at eye level and just look down through the little tunnels and chasms. It's really neat. Here's a look at the top of the piece and the bottom. Alright, next up here are the girders, and these we've seen them before. They're just standard Trackmaster girders, but still very nice to have. I like the modularity of them. And the bottom. And there are 3 of those in different lengths here. And then we have the valley track, and I really like this piece of track here. It's quite nice. I like how it has little rock details. They've added some great molded details there, and it looks pretty realistic for what it is too. Here's the top and the bottom. You'll also see that molded arrow on there, so it shows you which way the engine is supposed to go. Alright, and then here is the valley curves. Again, great rock details there, just look spectacular. Very nice. Honestly, wouldn't mind getting a lot of these and just putting them on a regular layout. Here's like the top and the bottom. Alright, and then next up is this Thomas, and we can see that this is just basically a stock standard Thomas. There is some damage to the sticker, but that occurs, you know, when using it with this set. We have the boiler band details, the cab window details. Very nice. Here on the front, we can see that is just a hit of nostalgia right there. That is the classic Thomas face. We have the porthole details there, the little painted buffers. Very, very nice. Here's a look at the other side. And it's basically the same. On the back, we can see the cab window, or excuse me, the buffer detail and the cab lining detail with the lamp. Here's a look at the top of the engine. We can see the boiler bands, the molded on-off switch, and the coal load there. And then here's a look at the bottom of the engine, and notice that it says Hit Toy Company, because this is the Hit Toy version of this set. Alright, now to put the battery inside Thomas, this is the old school one. You just push the side of the body shell in, add your battery. Always make sure to test it before it goes. Keep in mind this engine hasn't run in a while, so that's why it's a bit of a slow starter. Now, because this engine was going so slow, I actually did a technique where I turned the engine on, let it run a little bit upside down. And that seems to help it run in a little bit. Alright, but now let's take a look at this set in action. It's what we've been waiting for. So first thing you're going to do is start up Thomas, and then he's going to go down the line and up the big hill here. Now keep in mind this engine is going very slow again because it's an older engine, but you know, ignore that. Here he goes up the big spiral there. He'll go across the wooden platform and then through the tunnel and out the waterfall. Look at that. It's so cool. Oh my goodness. Like, I had so much fun filming this, and I'm not gonna lie. Alright, then he goes down the valley and around the curve. Now you're gonna manually set the switch here, and then he's gonna go up the big hill there, around these curves. Very neat. And then we get to see him cross over the old iron bridge at the top, and then down the big hill. Look at that. Oh man, it's spectacular. There he goes. And here's another shot. Just look at that. Alright, and then once you have the bridge collapse, he goes through the waterfall again. Very neat. All in all, what are my thoughts on this set? I'm going to tell you, I've wanted this set since this set first came out way back in the day in 2009. I was 11 years old, and I wanted this set so badly for Christmas. I never got it then because the size of the set, you know, we didn't have a lot of space at home, and so we couldn't go for the bigger sets. So I had to hold off on it, and many years later, now that I'm 27, I was able to get this set, and I saw it online, and I knew I had to review it. You know, this is the 80th anniversary of Thomas at the time of filming, and I don't think you can have an anniversary celebration without talking about this set in particular. This set is one of the most popular, one of the coolest Trackmaster sets of all time, and I am so happy to say that I finally own this in my collection. Let me tell you, running this thing, I played with this thing for hours while I was filming this video. It was really cool too because, like, as a kid I never saw the set in person. Now I had the snowy version of the set. I love that set. I bought 2 of those. I never had the original version of this set, and so just seeing it in person for the first time was just incredible and just mind-boggling, and I loved it. I love the fact that you can run it on different layers. Like, you can have him go around the spiral, you can have him go to the top of the bridge and go down the waterfall, you can have the bridge collapse, have him go through the waterfall, you can skip the bridge entirely and just go straight through the waterfall. I mean, there's so many different routes that you can take, and then it's such a big set too. It really feels like Thomas is actually going somewhere, and he's actually moving somewhere. Now, the set can accommodate multiple trucks with an engine, which I didn't think it could, but it did. I put a Thomas with 2 troublesome trucks, as you see in the video, and they ran fine, didn't derail or anything. There are some engines that are incompatible with this set. I think some Tender engines are incompatible with this set, but for the most part, from what I could see, you know, everything ran with it very smoothly. Now, if you want to see me test more engines on this set, let me know in the comments below, and I might actually make a video on that. But for now, I'm just so happy to have this set. I was so happy to show it here on the channel, and I do really think that this is probably one of the best, if not the best, Trackmaster sets ever made. And I get it, I know it's not realistic, but there's just something about this set, I don't know what it is. You know, I myself, I'm lean more toward the realistic sets, and I enjoy those more than the, you know, crazy adventure sets. But this set, for some reason, I don't know if it's nostalgia, I don't know if it's because I remember growing up with it or seeing it on TV while I was growing up. There's just something about this set that's so special and such a great part of Trackmaster. I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.